Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Wednesday the 9th of April 2025. I hope you are keeping well and enjoying life as best you possibly can. I've just got back from the hospital. I have a regular cardiology appointment with a cardiologist. I should probably phrase that as every few months, and apparently I'm still alive. Who knew? The old heart is still ticking and will continue to tick as long as I take the medicine, so that's good. What's going on in the rest of the world, in particular in the UK? Some rather shaming statistics from some local councils. So local authorities in the UK are known as local councils, and some of them are particularly bad when it comes to public housing. Now, of course, there are lots of different kinds of cheaper housing in the UK. I say lots of, there's not enough, but anyway, there are some kinds of, rent controlled places, housing associations, etc., etc. But one of the main forms is, of course, local authority housing, which ought to be affordable and, just give everybody the chance to live somewhere, put a roof over their head. The reason I always say Margaret Thatcher was the worst Prime Minister that the UK has ever seen is because she encouraged local councils to sell off all their property, spend the money, and not build new housing. And all property prices went sky high. And those people who did buy managed to make a tidy profit. And now prices are pretty unaffordable over the decades because they haven't been building enough houses. Keir Starmer has promised to reverse that. The Labour government is supposed to be building lots of public housing. I hope it's true. They really need to get a move on and get started with it. And it's absolutely one of the most important things. And I mention this because a borough like Westminster, you might expect to have a long waiting list for family-sized homes, and you'd be right. And I say that because if you know Westminster, it's a very posh and fancy place. They don't have much public housing, some, but not very much. Most of it is going to be the super rich who can afford to live there. But if you want to wait for a family-sized house there, you'll be okay. Over 100 years, I think it was 106 years. But other places like Enfield and Merton, which are like North London, they shouldn't have that kind of over 100-year waiting list, and yet they do. So you've got to wait 100 years to get your house. I wonder how many people will be getting them. So it is a really urgent thing for the Labour Party to be building affordable housing right now. Jump in, get started. Right, let's jump in and get started with this Sudoku puzzle, shall we? I can see something. What it is I can see are the 8 blocks down here and across here like this, which gives me 8s in those squares. And then I notice that 5 blocks down here and down here, which will give me a pair of 8 and 5 here. And now I see, in fact, that the 5 blocks across there, so I can place 2 numbers already, 5 and 8. And we've got 2 across here and across here. So there's a 2. Numbers left are 1, 6 and 9, of which we know none of that stuff. What have we got looking interesting here? We've got 4 block up there, so we're going to get a pair of 4s in those squares. Does that mean anything much? Got 4s up there. 4s. Maybe not. We've also got 6s blocking across here, so we've got a pair of 6s there. Does that mean much? Oh, that's the only 6 on the board, so probably not much. Let's look for other things, shall we? Well, having looked for other things and coming up a blank, I should probably go around the number scheme. So we got ones in those squares and ones here. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so we've got one blocking down here. We've got one across here, so that puts one into one of these two squares, so that can't be one. This square here blocks that from being a one. So that must be our one there. Then we can go back in the northwards direction with ones blocking like this. So I know that 2 and 3 are somewhere over there, but that's not doing a great deal just yet. I also know we've got 4 and 8, at least two numbers along there, 4 and 8. So we have 7s in these squares. Spotted a triple. 5, 6 and 8 blocking up here, so we've got 5, 6 and 8 in those squares there. I can see the 5s are there, the 6 and the 8s I don't know, but this can't be 5, 6 or 8, must be 2, 3, 9, and can't get that. But these squares are not 2, 3 or 9, they are 1, 7, 4. Of course, 1, 7, 4 there. 1, 7 and 4. Will that be enough? Well, we got the ones down here. Not good enough. I think I've got something. So I just said 1, 7 and 4 in these squares, right? And we got the 1 blocking here, so this has got to be 7 or 4 only. Can't be anything else. This square must be 7 or 4. I am right, aren't I? 5, 6, 8, 9, 8, yeah. Well, if we want to, we could look at it like this. 5, 6, 8 block up here, so 9 is in one of these squares here, blocking that square there. So 9 across there and across there will give me a 9 in that square. So I got something there. Looking more and more like a pencil marker each second that passes. Alright, it's definitely a pencil marker for me. Otherwise I'll be here all day. Alright, let's get on with it then. So let's do what I said here. So the 5, 6 and the 8 up here. So we've put 5s into those squares. And we've got 6 and 8 in these squares. I'm just put that in, that information. And then here we're going to have 2, 9 and 3 in those squares there. No. Okay, so we've got 5s blocking across here and down here, so we get 5s in those squares. We've got 1 blocking down here and across there, so we get 1s there, and that's going to give us 1s in those squares. All of this is stuff I already know. We also got 1s over here. What do we know about 2s? They go in those squares and somewhere there. 3s. There we go. Pair of 3s there. 3 blocking across here and down here, so that's a pair of 3s in those squares. So we've got 3 across here. Oops. 3 blocking down here, 3 across here, and 3 across here. So that is actually a 3 that we can get. That's a 3, and that's not a 3. And then 3 blocking down here with the 3s across here. So somehow or another, digit 3 eluded me. 3 up there, that can't be 3. That's going to be a 3. That's going to be a 5. We'll get rid of candidate 3 there. 5 then blocking across here and across there means 5 is somewhere there. Four now blocks down here, so that means that's a 4. Oops. That's a 4. Let's put in the big number. And then 4 blocking down to the bottom here like this with a 4 across says that's our 4. This says 6, 8. That means that's going to be 6 or 8. So the 8 blocking here will give us an 8 up there and a 6 down here. And we've got to get rid of some 8s. And we're left with 5, 6 pair there. The other digit that goes here is going to be a 7, right? And that means we're going to need 7s on here. And there's one more digit to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 is the one we need. This will have to be an 8. pair of 8s there where we've got the pair of 2s, so that's going to be a 5 then. We'll get rid of the 5s there. Got a pair of 5s there as well. So let's see, 6, let's put that 6 across there, so 6 goes in those squares. 9 blocks down here, so we're going to get 9s there, which give us 9s up there. Don't have any completed digits yet, so I should probably do this a bit more orderly. Four block up here puts 4s into those squares. 4 across here, across there, and down here. Says this is a 4. Still need 4s in those 2 squares there as well. 5, what's happening? 5s are in these 2 squares here. 6, what do we know? Pair of 6s there. Also a pair of 7s in those squares. But 7 blocking down here will give us 7s where we have a pair of 9s. So this can't be a 5. Let's remove that candidate 5. Let's put our 5 firmly there. And let's delete that 5. And then let's have a 5 there and a 6 there. And we need a 6 in this square here. And so we are left with 6, 7... But we've got 7s in one of these squares, so that can't be a 7, that's got to be a 6. This will be our 7. 6 will be here. 1, 7. 7 blocking across there is our 7. Missing digit here is a 1. This is the only 1 in this column now. Let's put it in and we'll remove that digit 1 there. Completed digits, digit 5 is finished. What else do we need? I can see 6 blocking here, so we get 6s there. I can see 6 blocking up here, up there, and across here, so that's a 6. That's a 9. This can't be a 9. 6 will be a pair up there. Three blocks this square. We need a 3 in this column, so that is it. Which makes that 3. This is a 2. There's a 9. 9 to the end gives us 9 in that square there. And the last number to place here is 2. That's got to be a 2 up there as well. Missing number here is 8. 8 blocking up here and 8 blocking across there means that's an 8. So this has to be a 4. There's a 4. There's 1. 1 blocking down here. There's the 1. There's the 6. And the missing digit here is 9. 9 across there. There's a 9. There's a 7. 7 blocking up here puts 7 into that square. This will be 6. We've got 2 here blocking down, so that's our 2. That's our 8. 1 across here gives us 7 in that square, 1 in that square, and our Los Angeles times expert level puzzle is over. Yeah, there was a couple of pairs there that I should have spotted, matching pairs, which would have given you the game without pencil marks if you'd noticed them, but I didn't notice them, and I'm going to have an afternoon nap right now. Take care. Bye bye.